All right, well, we are wrapping things up here on Friday Night Blitz, but before we share our final thoughts, let's take a look back at our game of the week between Southeast Warren and Montezuma. Let's see if we can get that tape up. I mean, this we thought would be a little bit more competitive, but not a surprise that Southeast Warren came out with the win.
Yeah, Montezuma had gotten the better of them the last 2 years, but Southeast Warren just plays such a unique brand of football for 8-man. Usually you see teams spread it out because it truly is, like if you break one tackle, you're more than likely off to the races. But Southeast Warren, their center, I'm blanking on his name, he's 6'8", 240 pounds.
Whew.
Just picture that he's got to be the tallest football player in the state. So they definitely take advantage of that, and they just kind of run it down your throat. But it was a little surprising that it wasn't a close game.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, like you said, in 8-man, it's such a fast game. You're kind of used to that air raid type offense, and you know, Montezuma really has been able to do that. You know, their passing game has been, I mean, they could do both, but I mean, their passing game is kind of what has gone well for them. But it just, you know, unfortunately didn't work their way tonight against Southeast Warren. I remember in the preview, their coach talking about, you know, we're going to take what they give us defensively, and we're going to have to respond and be on our assignments, and that seems like what they did tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, football just comes down to making plays. Like you can have so much lined up, but Southeast Warren was making a lot of really big tackles in the backfield tonight, and I think that's really just what came down to it. That's why they won.
Yeah. What are some of the things that stood out to you this week? I think for me, it has to be Carlisle getting that win over Bondurant. I mean, like we said, Bondurant are playing some really good ball. They have players like Titus Cram. He's not the only one. They have a lot of cast of players who can light it up. But I mean, shout out to Carlisle, kind of coming out of nowhere. They've been flying under the radar, but definitely a solid team.
Yeah, that's a huge win because they're a team that they beat everyone they should beat, but then they kind of struggle to like make that next step. And tonight was that next step. Bondurant's one of the best teams in the state. And that makes it look like Carlisle could be one of those contenders to go to state. The thing that stuck out to me was I'm going to enjoy this next week of weather because I was not ready for that cold and mist. I know it's football weather. I know it's fall weather, but I could do without the mist, and I'm going to enjoy 70s tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would have been perfect football weather if we didn't have that mist and it wasn't all over our cameras. I think you guys probably noticed that some of our cameras were all foggy and even had some little droplets on there. It makes it a little bit hard for us to shoot, and I don't want to just stand there getting soaked. Yeah,
and then finally, the catches in the North Polk game. I think that in the Carlisle game, I mean, that's the craziest catch. If you go and turn over to Sports Center after this, you might see that play on the SC Top 10. Like I saw it hashtag SC Top 10 on Twitter. It was that unique of a play. It's not just crazy for Iowa. It's crazy for just football in general.
Yeah, we had lots of top plays to choose from. That's why you guys got a bonus in there. But definitely a good week of football. We're looking forward to next week. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you right back here next week.